Hi there, I'm Ron Juckett, and Retro Sports Network presents Boston Red Sox Cyber Baseball 1946. Today, opening day, April 16th, a Tuesday. The Boston Red Sox travel to Griffith Stadium in Washington, D.C. to take on the Washington Nationals. I'm kind of excited about this. If I do the scheduling thing right, you will see this after the first week of games for the Pro Baseball 64 replay. This one, with the big baseball replay, we're just going to, which will jump around from year to year depending on what I want to do. This one we're going to do specifically just the Red Sox, and we're going to do from 46 to 50. Which is probably one of the most underappreciated eras of Red Sox baseball. They would win the American League by a large margin. I think it was like 12 games. It was the last 100-win team in Boston history. They would not play well in 47. They would lose a one-game playoff to the Cleveland Indians in 48. They only needed to win one game the last weekend down at Yankee Stadium in 49 to win the pennant. And they lost Ted Williams at the All-Star break in 1950, I believe, with a broken elbow, and that team scored 1,000 runs. So this will be, we'll break these out year by year on playlists and stuff, but we're going to do these like if we were doing a local television broadcast. 2 games a week, Tuesdays and Fridays. This is not, if we just happen to do one of the pro baseball replays in the same year we're doing the Sox, these are separate replays. They'll be maintained that way, and so we'll follow the Red Sox as far as they go. So I'm looking forward to this. All right, so let's meet the Boston Red Sox for 1946. They bring 33 players up north from spring training to Washington. They wanted to get some of the veterans, and this is the first season after the end of World War II, and I think they just wanted to get some people some playing time. So leading off for the Red Sox is Dimaggio. He'll play center field. Johnny Pesky is the shortstop. Ted Williams will bat third and left field. Bobby Doerr is the second baseman. He'll bat fourth. Rudy York, the first baseman, bats fifth. Catfish Mekovich, the right fielder, bats sixth. Eddie Andres, the third baseman, bats seventh. Leon Wagner, the catcher, bats eighth. And Tex Hughson, who had a monster 46, will bat ninth. I just want to make sure I was recording here for the Nationals, and they were the Nationals. They weren't the Senators in 46. Roger Wolf is your opening day starter. He went 5-8 on the real season with a 2.58 ERA in 122 innings, 115 hits, 8 homers. He walked 30 and struck out 50. Jeff Heath in left. Spence in center, very good outfielder. I'm forgetting some of these names. Buddy Lewis in right. Jerry Robertson at third, Cecil Travis, the veteran, at short. Jerry Pretty is at second, and Mickey Vernon, who would later play for the Red Sox, at first, with Evans behind the plate. Defensively, Spence is the best. That right side of the infield is pretty solid with Pretty and Vernon, and Evans, if anyone does try to steal, and there's not a lot of stealing in 1946, Will has a pretty good arm. Now, misconception here is that everyone pitched complete games every day. That's not true. I think the Red Sox had 50% complete games. So there will be some bullpen usage. We're playing as played lineups. They should win this easy. Are you ready? I'm ready. So is Roger Wolf, and we're going to be underway. No ticker, by the way, in this. We'll update you from time to time how the rest of the league is doing. But this is strictly as you would if you would turn to TV 38 in 1983 and watch the ballgame. Except for I'm not Ned Martin. All right, Roger Wolf, we've told you his stats. Dom Dimaggio in the real season, 316, 7 homers, and 73 RBI. And Wolf delivers a fly ball to right. Lewis has a great arm in right, makes the catch. On tech, he makes a web jump. Leaned over the railing and took it out of foul territory. So I bring up Johnny Pesky. Johnny at 335 on the real year, with 2 homers and 55 RBI. If you're reading along the stats at home when you're watching this, just watch the strikeout numbers. They're just almost non-existent. Pitch to Pesky, it's a strikeout. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. After making all that fuss about those strikeouts, that's what happens. Here comes Ted Williams. Ted at 342 on the real year, 38 homers and 123 RBI. He drew 156 walks. That's right, 156 walks. And the pitch to Ted is a fly ball to right. Buddy Lewis comes in and makes the catch, and that's retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1/2 inning, the Red Sox nothing, the Nationals coming to bat. And it will be Sherry Robertson leading off for Washington. Lewis will bat second. I think it's Jerry Spence will bat third. Buddy Lewis will bat second. I think that's Jerry Spence, but I'm sure I got corrected. The center fielder bats third. Cecil Travis, the lefty, bats fourth. Look at all the lefties in this lineup. Holy crap. There are 6. And they all bat 1 through 6. Cecil Travis, the shortstop, bats fourth. Jeff Heath, the left fielder, bats fifth. Mickey Vernon bats sixth. Jerry Pretty bats seventh. He's the second baseman. Evans, the catcher. And Wolf, who got out of the first inning in 11 pitches, will bat 9. Defensively for the Sox, Ted Williams in left, and he's an average fielder. Don Dimaggio in center. He has great range and a good arm. Hafiz Metkovich in right. Eddie Andres, the third baseman, not great. Johnny Pesky, very good at short. Bobby Dorr, excellent at second. And Sergeant Rudy York is at first. Hal Wagner, the everyday catcher, and he's average. Tex Hughson in 46 went 20-11 with 3 saves. He had 2.75 ERA. Remember, just if you've watched any of the 64 series, there was no such thing as a save in 1946. I believe they're all given retroactively. He threw 278 innings. He allowed 252 hits, gave up 15 homers, walked 51, and struck out 172. And I believe that is 4th in the league. Tells you all you need to know right there. Houston will miss some time in June, by the way, with an injury. Sherry Robertson will lead it off for Washington. He hit 200 on the real year, 6 homers and 19 RBI. Houston's ready, and so are we. The pitch. He got him. He swings and misses at a 2-2 pitch in the dirt. So that's how this one starts. I'll bring up Buddy Lewis. I was right. How about that? Buddy hit 292. Good hitter. 7 homers and 45 RBI. Houston delivers. Strike 3. 1-2 curve called for strike 3. So 2 up, 2 down for Houston. I'll bring. Oh, it was right. It was Stan Spence. Hitting 292 in the real season, 16 homers and 87 RBI. The pitch. Rounder to past Pesky. So that's an error. And in fact, that goes to second. Pesky missed it, and Spence just kept running. So he goes to second. Then I'll bring up Cecil Travis, who hit 252, a homer, and 56 RBI. Wily veteran, great player. Never got the credit because he played on a lot of bad teams. Oh, by the way, I never gave you the weather. Beautiful day, 69 degrees here in D.C. Winds blowing out to left at 8 miles an hour. President Truman threw out the first pitch. Just a great occasion. But like I said, it's the first day of professional baseball, really, since the end of the war. First full season. Pitch to Travis. Got him! So he ends up striking out the side, swinging and a miss on an 0-2 pitch. No runs, no hit. The pesky error does not hurt. After 1, it's the Red Sox nothing, the Nationals nothing. So Roger Wolf will face Bobby Dorr, Rudy York, and Catfish Meshkovich. Dorr hit 271 in 46, 18 homers and 116 RBI, and has the distinction of being the oldest surviving Hall of Famer as of this taping. Pitch to Dorr is a pop-up left side. Travis has it, 1 away. If you're wondering where Griffith Stadium is, it's on the northwest corner of Washington, D.C. proper, and it is now the home for the Howard University Medical Center. Don't know when they built it. They moved to what we now know as RFK in 62. Don't know how long this stayed open after what they did with it. So mid-60s, I think they tore it down. Here's Rudy York. Rudy at 276 on the real season, 17 homers and drove in 119. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive into left field. That's going to fall for a base hit. York is on with a single. So he broke his bat and blooped one in. Here's Catfish Mekovich. Catfish at 246 on the real season, 4 homers and 25 RBI. Throw to first, York back. So no pitch. Right, here is a pitch. Mekovich flies this one into right field. Lewis has it, and that's an out. York retreats back to first, 2 out for Ernie Andrus. Wow, I remember most of these names. Ernie is not what you would consider to be a good offensive third baseman. He had 0.98 in the real year with an RBI. The pitch. There's a ground ball to second. Purdy throws it over to Vernon, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, 1 hit, no errors. After 1.5, it's the Red Sox nothing, the Nationals nothing. And so it is Jeff Heath, Mickey Vernon, and Jerry Purdy. Now, if you're looking, well, back third, if you're looking at Jeff Heath, his picture there, and I believe that's a Cleveland Indians hat from the era. Doesn't he look a bit like Bob Hope? Think about that for a second. Heath at 283 and 46 with 4 homers and 27 RBI. Hughson delivers, and that's a strikeout. That's the 4th, an 0-2 pitch, strike 3 called. Not sure what Houston's high for the year is in real life, but he's whiffed 4 in 4 outs. Here's Mickey Vernon. Mickey Vernon was if he's not a Hall of Famer, he should be. Hit 353 in 46, 8 homers, 85 RBI. And he goes down again swinging. On a strikeout anyway. 1-2 pitch, strike 3 called. So that's the 5th strikeout for Houston. Here is Jerry Purdy. Jerry at 254, 6 homers and 58 RBI. 2 out. Purdy makes contact. A fly ball to left. Williams is there, and that retires aside. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 2, no score. Al Wagner, Tex Hughson, and Dom DiMaggio will bat here in the 3rd against Roger Wolf. 34 pitches through 2. You expect him to go all the way. 125 was what he should pitch, but you never know. Wagner hit 230 on the real season, 6 homers and 52 RBI. Pitch from Wolf. There's a line drive over short that will fall in for a base hit. Wagner rounds first, and that will be a single. 2nd hit for the Red Sox. Here's Tex Hughson, who hit 132 with no homers and 4 RBI, but you know this is one situation. Throw to first, Wagner back. Oh, now they're not holding Wagner. Guess what we're going to do? 67% chance to steal. Runner goes, throw down. He is safe. So, with Vernon leaning over to field the bunt, Wagner got the green light and he stole the base. Now let's drop it. Bunt is down. Ground ball to the catcher. Throw to third, and it's out. So Evans had it. He went over to Robertson, and the sacrifice doesn't work. The Red Sox got greedy. They had the stolen base, but on the sacrifice, on the fielder's choice, it goes 2-5. Here's Dom DiMaggio. Dom is 0 for 1 this year. The pitch. Hughson on first, and he draws the walk. So runner is on first and second, 1 out. The knuckler. So Wolf's a knuckleballer. And here's Pesky. Johnny struck out. The lone strikeout for Wolf so far. Runners on first and second, 1 out, top the 3rd. Opening day from Washington. Here's the pitch. Pesky goes down again on a 1-2 pitch. The knuckler. So here's Williams, 2 out. Teddy only struck out 44 times in 46. The pitch. Williams pops this one up. Vernon should have it. He calls for it, and he's got it, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Well, a pretty good blunder by the manager of the Red Sox. Jeez, Ron. After 2.5, it's the Red Sox nothing, the Nationals nothing. So the Sox have stranded 3, the Nationals have stranded 1. Al Evans is the catcher. He made that heads-up play in the top of the third to throw out Wagner running to third. Evans hit .254, 2 homers and 30 RBI on the real year. Hughson, 28 pitches through 2. And struck out 5. Pitch to Evans, ground ball, base hit in the hole. And that's the first hit for the Nationals in 46. That'll bring up Roger Wolf, who will bunt here, I'm sure. So we'll bring him in. Wolf does not bunt. He swings and misses on a 1-2 fastball for strike 3. So out. Hughson threw in the high 80s. So 1 out and an opportunity missed, I think, for the Nats. I'd have bunted there. Here's Sherry Robinson. He struck out to start the game. Hughson has struck out 6. There goes Evans. Here's the throw down, and he's safe. Are you kidding me? He had a 36% chance of stealing the base, and he does. So the Nats have a runner in scoring position and an 0-1 count to Robertson. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball to right. Metkovich goes by the scoreboard in right center. He makes the catch. Evans moves on to third, 2 out for Buddy Lewis, who struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch. Lewis. There's a base hit in the left field. Evans will score. Lewis goes into second with a double, and the Nats are in business in 46. So Hughson, who cruised through the first 2 innings, has allowed a run here in the third. Stan Spence, who's 0 for 1, one of the few that did not strike out so far. Pitch to Spence, got him. Now he does. He swings and misses, strike 3. And the Nats are done in the third, not before they get a run on 2 hits and no errors. After 3, it's 1-0 Washington. So, as with the other replay, we have uniforms. By the way, the wind is now whipping out to left center at 22 miles an hour. The Red Sox are in their blue hats with the red B without the white outline. I'm not sure when that came in. I had 2 options here, and I went with the one that did not have the outline. Every Red Sox hat in my lifetime has had an outline around the B. With great gray uniforms with Boston written in black letters around the buttons, around the chest. Washington has the plain W on the hats. It's a white W on a blue hat with, I'm sure, button-up uniforms. They're all wool. With a W on the chest, and I don't know if you can make that out there above the W, what would be an exponent on a number, but that's an American flag shield. And they wore that throughout the war and changed the uniforms, I think, in 47. All right, here's Bobby Doerr to start the 4th. York and Metkovich to follow. Doerr is 0 for 1. Here's a pitch. Doerr hits a fly ball to center. Spence is there, 1 out. Here is Rudy York. He singled in the first, or singled in the second, rather. Is the only one of 2 Red Sox hits. And he hits a line drive to right. Lewis comes in, 2 out. So Wolf looks pretty good. Pitch count's high, but he still looks pretty good. Here's Metkovich. He's 0 for 1. And there's a fly ball into the right center. Spence moves over and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 3.5, it's the Red Sox trailing the Nationals 1-0. So Cecil Travis, Jeff Heath, and Mickey Vernon will bat here in the 4th. Amazing, it was the righties that did the damage to Hughson in the 3rd. Travis 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Ground ball to first. York takes it to the bag himself, 1 out. Here's Jeff Heath. He struck out his first time up. Hughson delivers. He got him again. 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That's 8 for Hughson. Here's Mickey Vernon. 0 for 1. And he draws the walk. First walk given up by Hughson. Here's Jerry Priddy. Priddy. Throw to first. Vernon's back and a 70% chance to steal. Pretty's 0 for 1. Vernon goes. Ground ball to Pesky. Over the door for the fielder's choice to retire to the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 4, the Nationals won, the Red Sox nothing. It'll be Ernie Andreas, Hal Wagner, and Tex Hughson here in the 5th. Andreas is 0 for 1. And he hits a ground ball. Base hit! Are you kidding me? The 0-91 hitter gets a single. Cecil Travis should have had it, but did not. And then I'll bring up Wagner, who singled his first time up. Stole second, but was thrown out on a botched sacrifice by Hughson. Wagner draws a walk. And so, with nobody out, Nationals play in at the corners. The obvious play here is to bunt. And so we'll do that. Bunt is down. This time it is Vernon over to Pretty. And the sacrifice works. Score at 3-4 on the sacrifice bunt. And so the Red Sox have 2 in scoring position for Dom Dimaggio. Dom is 0 for 1 with a walk. Wolf's delivery. There is a ground ball to third. Robertson. Oops. We're going to try and score. Goes across the diamond. He gets it. And so the Red Sox have tied the game. Now, I think I did this right. And so hold on 1 second. Okay, I had to change some settings, and I actually found the pause setting for my recorder, which is good. Anyway, Johnny Pesky's a batter. He struck out twice. After going through the hill, he struck out 29 times. He strikes out twice so far today. Runner on second is Wagner, following the bunt, following the signal, following the ground ball. Pitch to Pesky. Pesky hits a grounder to second. Pretty throws it over to first, and that's the out. Wagner is done, and that retires the side because I forgot what I was doing. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. 4.5. We're halfway home. How about that? Red Sox 1, Nationals 1. And before we tell you about Evans, Wolf, and Cherry Robertson here in the bottom of the 5th, I wanted to change the setting. Normally what happens is they give you the box on whether or not you want to send a runner or not, you get a percentage of success. Because you don't want to send a runner into a dead duck situation. And so that's what I changed. I should have that now. Al Evans will lead us off. He singled and scored and stole a base his first time up. He is the lone Nationals run. He scored in the 3rd. Here's a pitch from Hughson. There's a fly ball to left. Williams comes in, makes the catch. And I'll bring up Wolf. He struck out. 1 of 8 strikeouts from Hughson. 4 in the 3rd innings. He's thrown 62 pitches. 2 hits. A run it was earned. At least I believe. Yes, it was earned because he has an ERA. He has walked 1 and struck out 8. And Wolf strikes out for Houston's 9th victim today. An 0-2 pitch swung on and foul tipped in the glove of Wagner. I'll bring up Sherry Robertson. Sherry is 0 for 2. It's a fly ball to right. Mekovich comes in, makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 5, it's the Red Sox 1, the Nationals 1. And then I'll bring up Ted Williams, Bobby Doerr, and Rudy York here in the 6th. Roger Wolf has thrown a good game. 83 pitches through 5. 5 at 3 hits allowed. The run it was earned. Walked 2 and struck out 2. Very much a 40s type performance here. Williams is 0 for 2. He has not drawn a walk yet. Does now. Does now. 3-1 pitches inside for ball 4, and the Red Sox had the go-ahead run on here to start the 6th. Here's Bobby Doerr. Bobby is 0 for 2. Doerr pops it up, third base side. Robertson moves in, 1 out. Williams is no threat to steal. Rudy York, the batter, has 1 of the 3 Red Sox hits. He has a single. He's 1 for 2. Pitch from Wolf. There's a little looper in the left. Does Heath have it? Yes, he does. So 2 out for Catfish Mekovich. Catfish is 0 for 2. Throw to first, Williams back. He had a 17% chance to steal, and that's down to 15%. Pitch to Mekovich. There's a fly ball to left. Heath should have it. but it's foul. So it's an 0-2 count to Mekovic. Wolf has only struck out 2. He's walked 3. Here's a pitch. Williams goes, and that's a ground ball to Wolf. He babbles it. He throws over to Vernon to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 5.5 in the books. 1-1. So Tex Hughson through 5 is allowed 2 hits, a run. It was earned. He's walked 1 and struck out 9. Buddy Lewis, Stan Spence, and Cecil Travis will bat here in the 6th. Lewis has doubled. He's 1 for 2 and struck out. Drove in the lone run of the game from Washington in the 3rd. Hits a fly ball to left. Foul. And so the count is full to Buddy Lewis. Here's a pitch. There is a base hit to right. That's going to be more than a base hit. That's extra bases. Lewis, is he going to go to 3rd? Yes, he does. That's a triple. So that's big for Washington. Nobody out here in the 6th, and Buddy Lewis leads off the frame with a triple to right center. Right around that scoreboard. That is a tall wall. It's going to take a rocket to get one out of here to right field. I believe when they did the Shy Park in Philadelphia, or Connie Mack Park, had the same, it's called a spite fence is what it was, so that the houses across the way could not watch the game for free. You're seeing a full crowd picture here. That was rarely the case for Washington. Never. Unless for an all-star game or an opening day. I mean, it's not a big park. The Redskins played here forever, too, until the new stadium, district stadium opened in '62. Okay, Spence is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Go-ahead runner is on 3rd. Red Sox will concede the run. Pitch from Hughson is a fly ball to right. Metkovic doesn't really have to move. He makes the play. Lewis will tag and score, and it's 2-1 Washington. They'll bring up Cecil Travis. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Hughson delivers, and there is a line drive into shallow right that will drop for a hit. So the Nats have gotten 2 runners on hits this inning. I'll bring up Jeff Heath. 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. So Hughson still pitching well, but on the wrong side of a 2-1 score. The pitch. Heath hits a long fly ball to right center. Dimaggio ranges over to make the catch for the 2nd out. Here's Mickey Vernon. He's 0 for 1. He has struck out and walked. The pitch. There goes Travis to throw down. He is out. So the Nats get greedy, trying to steal a base. He had a 41% chance of doing it, and that retires the side. Not before they go ahead on a run on 2 hits. No errors for the Red Sox after 6. It's 2-1 Washington. And Ernie Andrus, Al Wagner, and Tex Hughson will bat here in the 7th. Andrus, 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. He had 4 hits on the real year in 41 at-bats. He's 1 for 2 today. There's a line drive, base hit to right. He's hitting .667. If you would have thought, if you're an expert of 40s baseball, if you would have thought that Johnny Pesky would have struck out twice, he struck out 29 times all year, and that Ernie Andrus of all people, or Andreas, would have singled twice in the same game, we're going to Vegas, man. Here's Wagner. He's 1 for 1. He is singled and walked. Here's a pitch. Here's a fly ball to right. Lewis will have a play. 1 out. Tex Hughson will bat. Well, actually, we'll bat him this time. He's 0 for 1. Has tried to sacrifice twice. Did his last time up. First time up, reached on a fielder's choice on the failed bunt. And there's a ground ball to short. Travis throws it across. Cannot get the double play, and there's 2 out. So he moves Andreas over to 2nd. And I'll bring up Dimaggio, who has the lone Red Sox RBI. He's 0 for 2. Wolf, I can't remember. He might pitch the 8th. We'll see. Dimaggio hits a fly ball to left. Heath has it, and that retires the side. That before the Red Sox get no runs, 1 hit, no errors. 6.5. Stretch time on opening day. Mr. Truman's going for a hot dog. Not a racy mascot just yet. Washington 2, Boston 1. So here's Mickey Vernon with the V. Mickey is 0 for 1. He was up at the plate when Cecil Travis was thrown out trying to steal. Silly, silly play. And there's a ground ball to short. Pesky over to first. Plenty of time, one out. Here's Pretty. Jerry's 0 for 2. You can see Jerry spent some time with the Yankees. And he goes down. He watches a 1-2 pitch go by for strike 3. Hughson has struck out 10 in 6 2/3 innings. That's a ton for 40s baseball. Hal Evans, who also stole a base today. If you thought of that, you're lying. 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. Scored the first run of the year. Ground ball to short. Pesky comes in. We'll have to hurry. He's got him. And that retires the side. Oh, we're going to have a new catcher. It'll be Jake Early. Did Evans get hurt? Jake Early, who's a good catcher. Decent arm, or average arm, good range. He'll be the catcher. Randy Wolf will pitch will at least start the 8th. He's 10 pitches away from hitting it. Roger Wolf. 10 pitches away from hitting his expected pitch count. Anyway, here's Pesky. He's 0 for 3. He struck out twice. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive to Pretty, 1 out. I'll bring up Teddy Ballgame. Teddy is 0 for 2 with a walk. Wolf 7 1/3 this afternoon. 4 hits. Walk 3. Struck out 2. Here's the pitch. Williams. Ground ball to first. Vernon takes it himself. 2 out. And that will be it. Sid Hudson will come in to pitch. 7 2/3 for Wolf. Hudson, 8 11 on the real year with a save. This would be technically a save situation with 2 outs here in the 8th. 3.60 the real life ERA, 142 innings, 160 hits, 9 homers, 37 walks, and 35 strikeouts. He obviously started a bunch of games. Bobby Doerr is 0 for 3. 2 outs in the 8th, and there's a fly ball to left. Heath should have it. And no, it's off the wall. That's a double. So Doerr, the tying run, is on second. And that'll bring up Rudy York, who's 1 for 3 with a single. York, as you can tell, spent some time with the Tigers back in the 30s. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Line drive right back to Hudson. Why, hi there. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 7.5 in the books. The Nats still hold a 2-1 lead. So Houston isn't even close to his fatigue limit yet, so he'll pitch the 8th. Let's see what they do with Sid Hudson. Boy, Hudson can actually hit. Hit 279 on the real year. No homers and 4 RBI. He will hit, and it's a ground ball base hit left side. So that's the 5th hit for the Nats. 2 runs on 5 hits for Washington. No errors, and they've stranded 3 so far. Red Sox 1 run on 5 hits and an error, and they've stranded 7. Here's Sherry Robertson. Sherry is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. The pitch. And there's a pop-up. Wagner should have it. He does. 1 out for Buddy Lewis, who is doubled and tripled, scored a run, and has an RBI. 2 for 3. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball to right. Metcavich should have it. He does, and there's 2 out. So Houston is 0 out and away from a complete game unless the Red Sox can do something in the 9th. Metcavich, Andreas, and Wagner. Now, everything in my body says you got to pinch hit for Andreas. We'll get to that when we get there. Here's Stan Spence. He's 0 for 3. He has struck out and has an RBI. Helps if I hit the right button. Spence has a long drive to right center. Back goes Dimaggio. That is gone. That's off the wall. Pardon me. Hudson will score. Spence gets the double high off the wall by the light tower. I thought that was gone. The Nationals go ahead 3-1. So what a game for Spence. 2 doubles and a triple. Or a double for Spence, I'm sorry. Lewis scores. And it's 3-1. Here's Cecil Travis, 1 for 3, singled and struck out. This is why I'm a YouTube announcer and not a real announcer. Here's the pitch, Travis. Ground ball to short. Second, Doerr throws it over. Ron forgets how the game of baseball is played, and we're done with the 8th inning. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the 9th at Griffith Stadium. It's 3-1 Washington. Winds are still blowing out to the left center if anyone can take advantage at 13, 77 degrees. A gorgeous day, and the home team is happy. Mekovich is 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. Line base hit over the bag at second. So the Red Sox are in business here. We are not batting Ernie Andreas. So we have all these pinch hitters. We're going to go with Rip Russell, I think. Splits are real, so I got who hits righties well. Leon Culberson, so he'll be the pinch hitter. Culberson on the real year, 313, 3 homers, and 18 RBI. If the game is extended, Rip Russell will come into play third. Doing as played lineups, so these are the real opening day lineups. They were not 25-man rosters, if you missed that earlier. So Mekovich is on first. I don't want to steal. I don't want to do something stupid again. Pitch Culberson. And there's a line drive into left field for a base hit. Mekovich will hold at second. Culberson at first. Wow. Did Caffett? Wow. No, I don't dare. Here's Wagner. Al is 1 for 2. He is singled and walked. Temptation is to run here. Mekovich has a 72% chance of stealing third. Oh, why not? Red Sox will be aggressive. The throw down to third. Mekovich is safe. They pull it off. It's a double steal. And so the tying run is on second with nobody out for Wagner. Wow. 3 stolen bases for the Red Sox today. They'd go to entire decades without 3, or at least it seemed like it. They've done it in 1 game. Wagner. It's a fly ball, right side. Vernon goes out on the grass, 1 out. Well, now you got a pinch hit for Hughson here. You're trying to win the ball game. Tom McBride will pinch hit. Tom hit 3-1 on the real year. No homers and 19 RBI. Dimaggio on deck with Pesky to follow if the game should get that far. Lots of wheels turning here in the 9th for the Red Sox. They trail 3-1 on opening day 46. McBride hits a line drive to left center field. Mekovich will score. Culberson will score. Extra bases for McBride. He goes to third. He's safe. A triple for McBride, and the Red Sox have 2 here in the 9th. And they've tied the game. How about that? Here's Dimaggio. Dom is 0 for 3. He has walked and driven in a run. Hudson's pitch. There's a line drive right center. That's a base hit. Dimaggio rounds first. McBride will score. The Red Sox have 3 in the 9th, and they go ahead 4-3. Hudson has not even thrown an inning yet. He's only retired 2 batters. He's allowed 5 hits. And will get sacked with a loss if this result holds. Here's Pesky. Johnny is 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. So not only does the double steal work, they both scored. 1 out per Pesky. Fouled back behind the plate. The count is a ball and 2 strikes. 1-2. Here's a fly ball to pop up first base side. Vernon goes into foul territory, 2 out. Well, I'll bring up Williams. They got a pitch to him with Dimaggio on first. He's 0 for 3. The pitch. There is a fly ball to right. Lewis is there, and that retires the side. Not before the Red Sox get 3 runs on 4 hits and go ahead. No errors. After 8.5, it's the Red Sox 4, the Nationals 3. Culverson will stay in the game and play third. He's not a good third baseman, but he's eligible. And we're going to go with, who am I relieving here? Mace Brown. You can see from their innings pitched here that no one really was a bullpen whiz. Bagby got half of his innings out of the pen. Feel at ninth. I'm not going to try to get exact usage right here, but that's what you would do. He went 3-1 in the real year with a save, 2.05 ERA, 26 innings, 26 hits allowed, 2 homers. He walked 16 and struck out 10. So, gotta be cautious. It's a 1-run game. So Culberson comes in at third, not a great defender. Jeff Heath, the batter. Jeff is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball to right center, deep center field. Back goes Dimaggio. He's got it. 1 out for Mickey Vernon. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a walk. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Vernon. There's a ground ball up the middle. Base hit. Dimaggio flings it back in. And so the Nats had the tying run on with 1 out for Jerry Pretty. Pretty is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Jake early on deck. Vernon runs, and he is safe. Had a 78% chance of taking the base, and the manager fell asleep. So the tying run is on second. It's a 1-0 count for Pretty. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive up the middle, base hit. Vernon will hold at third, surprisingly enough, and I'll bring up early. So runners on first and third, 1 out. Sox can win this on a double play. Early hit 201. 4 homers and 18 RBI. Hudson is up on deck. Boy, if he gets out of this with a no decision or a win, oh my goodness. Sox will play for 2. Here's the pitch early. He walked him. So Brown has done really nothing here. Let's see what they do with Hudson. So the tying run is on third. The winning run is on second. And Gil Cohen will pinch hit. Gil hit 209, 3 homers and 9 RBI. Infield will play him halfway. Pitch from Brown. Struck him out! He swung on and missed on a full count for strike 3. So now it's Sherry Robertson. Bases loaded. 2 out. Bottom of the 9th. 4-3 Boston. Who's going to win? We'll find out right now. Here's the pitch. Here's a fly ball to right. Mekovic should be there. He does. And the Red Sox win it 4-3. Oh, mercy. So let's get to the recap. The Red Sox hang on to win opening day. They got 1 in the 5th and 3 in the 9th. 4 runs total on 9 hits and an error. Washington got a single run in the 3rd and in the 6th and in the 8th. They had 3 runs total on 8 hits and no errors. In fact, Washington scored first. Buddy Lewis doubled home Al Evans for the first run of the year. The Red Sox tied it in the 5th. Dom DiMaggio hit a ground ball out, and the run was scored on a fielder's choice to tie it. The Nats went back ahead in the 6th. Stan Spence hit a fly ball, scoring 1, which made it 2-1. In the 8th, they got an insurance run when Stan Spence doubled, scoring Sid Hudson. It was 3-1 going in the 9th. Then the Red Sox went to work. 7 batters in the 9th. They scored 3 runs on 4 hits. Tom McBride, following a double steal, tripled to tie the game at 3. And then Don DiMaggio's signal won the ball game eventually, as McBride would score to make it 4-3. Washington had the bases loaded and 1 out in the bottom of the 9th and couldn't score. Buddy Lewis 2 for 4 for the Nats with a double and a triple. Tex Hughson goes 8 innings for Boston. to earn the win. 3 earned runs, 6 hits. He walked 1 and struck out 10, which is a ton for that era. Mace Brown pitched to 1 out, shut out 9th. Wasn't very effective, but he does get the save. Sid Hudson takes the loss in an inning and a third of relief. 3 earned runs, 5 hits, no walks, and no strikeouts. Roger Wolf was the starting pitcher for Washington. 7 2/3, 4 hits, a run. It was earned. He walked 3 and struck out 2. It took 2 hours and 13 minutes to play it. Hope it doesn't take that long to watch it. All right, there is no Friday game this week. We will see you for Red Sox opening day against these Washington Nationals the next time we get together. Until then, for Retro Sports Network, I'm Ron Juckett. We'll talk to you the next time.